Hey y'all, and welcome to day 6 of our 31 Days of Shadow Work series. I'm Keandra, and I'm so excited to be guiding you on this journey. So, as usual, each day we're going to dive into a brand new prompt that is designed to help you explore your shadows and enhance your healing journey. So, today's prompt is all about your identity. So, remember, this is a safe space for self discovery. So, take your time and be gentle with yourself. Let's get started. Today's prompt is: what parts of your identity do you feel are misunderstood or undervalued by others? I feel like what's most misunderstood is that I'm a Cancer. I am a big crybaby, y'all. I am a big crybaby. And I think because people don't usually see me cry, they don't perceive me that way. I host a weekly training session at work. And this past training session, one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, are you a Leo? You give Leo energy." And I was like, "No, almost." I was born on July 22nd. So I'm like right there on Leo season. Didn't make it yet. So I am still a Cancer, but I definitely have very much Cancer tendencies. But people do think that I'm a Leo sometimes because I do have such big energy. I do have big ego energy. I do have, big, what's the word, like main character energy. I am someone who can socialize and talk to everybody and be a big energy and a big voice in the room. Yeah, I grew up a big ass shy crybaby. Like, I literally used to cry all the time when I was younger. I was like emotional outbursts all the time when I was younger. Like, I very much have grown up as a Cancer. But as I've gotten older and I've done my own healing work and, had a therapist and done all those things, I've just learned how to be more grounded in my emotions now. I don't let my emotions dictate how I handle things and how I do things and how I talk to people and things like that. So really, when people confuse like my big energy, it's really just them not knowing who I was before, because people who knew me before are probably looking at me now like, "Oh, she's so different." I've had people that I haven't talked to in years randomly message me on social media telling me like, "Oh, I'm proud of you. I see what you're doing. Like, I love that for you," because they knew the past me. Because the past, no, okay, don't get me wrong. I've always been this way. I wasn't always as confident. I wasn't always as grounded. I wasn't always as mature about like my viewpoints and my conversations and things like that. And so now the way that people see me now is that you see the after, like you see the afterward kind of thing. So a lot of people do misunderstand that, but I am emotional. I am very emotional. I feel a lot of emotions throughout the day. My emotions cycle a lot throughout the day. I just have a better grasp of them. I just have better self care routines. I just have better management of my feelings and how I express my feelings. I have a regulated nervous system now. So, all of those things can cause people to misunderstand me because they just see me as a strong woman that can get through anything, which, yes, because I have. I've gotten through a lot of things in my life. But I also someone who, how they say, check on the strong friends, like, I want to be checked on sometimes. Like, even as I move into this new phase of my life, I just turned 30 this year. So even as I move into this phase, that's something that's very important for me when it comes to romantic partners, when it comes to friendships. It's people who are willing to check on me, like people who are willing to reach out to me and without wanting something in return, just by simply saying like, "I feel your energy. Are you okay?" That's what I really want in my life in this season. And I feel like because so many people see me as a strong friend and don't really see me as someone who needs more support, I just usually don't get that. And that has caused me to like isolate more and not really engage with people that I used to engage with because, one, they don't have the capacity to show up, and two, they don't know when I need them to show up, even if I vocally express it. So I feel like for me, that's a big part of my identity that's often misunderstood by people, is the fact that I be needing a shoulder to cry on too. Sometimes I want somebody to come over, bring me some ice cream, and tell me everything's gonna be okay. Because I'm usually the person that does that for other people. I want it to. So I want you to ask yourself, what parts of your identity do you feel are misunderstood or undervalued by others? I love this question because there are some parts of us, some parts of our identity that we're actually suppressing because people misunderstand it so much. I don't want you to keep suppressing it because people misunderstand it. I want you to learn the language of how to express it. of how to express what you need and how to say what you need and how to be more vocal about what you need. Because if people are misunderstanding you because you're not communicating, that's your fault. If people are misunderstanding you because they're not willing to learn you, that's their fault. I would rather you be experiencing the latter, because when you experience the latter, that means you're showing up for yourself first. Like, whether people can show up for you and return that energy at all is on them. But as long as you show up for yourself, you know that you're doing the work to have and build great community. You're on the right path. Keep doing it. Keep focusing on that. Don't allow people misunderstanding you to stop being you. Okay? Because the more you show up as your authentic self, as your raw self, as your true self, that's going to increase your chances of connecting to people who can provide you with what you need. So again, thank y'all so much for joining me for day 6 of our 31 Days with Shadow Work series. If you participate in the series, make sure you use the hashtag 31 Days of Shadow Work and tag me at Keandra Ware, whether you do it on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. I'm on all of them. So thank y'all for joining me, and I'll see y'all again for day 7.